All right, test one, two, test one, two. This is Stunt coming back from the dead. I haven't made one of these video commentary things in a while and had some free time with the holiday weekend wrapping up. Figured I'd drop some content and yeah, been playing a little bit of Little Cup in the off season here at ODC, and it's been a pretty good time so far. A lot of interesting strats, a couple of meme games, and just having a lot of fun. Really appreciate everybody participating. 10 people is tight knit, and even the logos are pretty saucy. So yeah, we'll just take a look at the standings real quick. At the top, we got 616 coming in hard with their team doing really well. We also have RNG Dom and Primer all at 2-0. Primer is 2-0 with a positive differential of 2, which suggests he's been in some tight games, but that just goes to show you the veteran undefeated Little Cup champion is unfazed by the shenanigans of Joe and I. Then you got Joe, Stunt, and Gordon, and also Lay at 1-1. Um, really good teams there. We'll take a look at some of them. And then we got Buddy, Wastekai, and Amish all at 0-2. But we still got 5 games to go before the end of the regular season. MVP looks pretty much the same. We have Abra and Elekid up top. Both haven't died yet. Along with Galarian, Panita, Natu. Those are 2 of mine. Psychic spam. Actually, 3 out of 4 of the top kill leaders are Psychic type. And then an assortment of other guys. You got the Rhyhorn, popular preseason pick for best Terra captain right there. And a surprise Barboach. How about that? Before we dive into the games, we'll take a look at best mons available. Um, Little Cup is a meta defined in part by hyper offense and hitting things exceptionally hard. I think Dupiter is really solid here. Offers sticky webs for your HO. Pair that with a ghost and you block spin. Pretty neat. Um, Drillbur, not so big on. Also, Dupiter just hits like a freaking truck with Hydro Pump. I would pick that up if you have nothing to lose. Drillbur, little spinner, ground stab, not my favorite. Meowth, I'd probably go Bunnelby over Meowth. You get the huge power, quick attack, but Meowth has its advantages too. Um, Lowland Grimer's really solid. Poison Dark type, great typing. And yeah, a couple Mons also solid here, like Quaxley. Really, I think Ammonite would be really good too. Same with Fungus. A lot of good poison types left on the board, but then you're dealing with the ground weakness. So yeah, you could probably make a competent team out of the scraps. Um, yeah, let's take a look at some games. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This Buddy versus Dom game is easily game of the week. We might dive into this one a bit more. Really excited to see this one again. I was there live, and yeah, was very impressed with the play from both sides and um, all the cool moments. So yeah, looking at this lead matchup, something I'll note on Dom's side, he's got he's got Wiglet, which has 20 speed. So Wiglet, you might think, oh, he's not that great, but 20 speed, and we will take a look. Wiglet, yep, he is Terra eligible, so that is essentially a choice band or whatever the Terra multiplier is for free, and it's the fastest speed tier in the meta, which is really neat. Abra also very fast, 19 speed, nothing to joke at. And then yeah, just some other cool guys. Impidimp got the prankster screen setting. Unburdened here with Drifloon. Um, Ghost type's really strong because of the normal spam. Flying type's good because of ground spam. So interesting strats you could use there. Nose pass with Mono Rock, a little bit better than normal. It doesn't have the, I guess, quad weaknesses to slow it down. So Eviolite's particularly strong. I think Magnet Pool is legal as well. So you could do some drag mag stuff. Really neat. Um, yeah, we'll take a look at Buddy's team. Buddy's got Bronzor, probably one of the best defensive typings in the tier, with Steel Psychic with Levitate. That thing is an absolute problem for most of Dom's team. It can dish out hits and has strong moves to hit Abra. Next, we have Rhyhorn. That will be Terra Ghost. A little bit of spin blocking there for our resident Rhyhorn. Also can hit most of Dom's team neutrally or super effective. So pretty cool stuff. You got Carvana. This is one of the scariest mons with speed boost. Same with Torchic. I think Carvana is probably better, but if you get rid of any priority mons or the opponent finds themselves in the back foot with hazards, this thing can quickly snowball. And we also see this Grimer thing, and I don't really know what this thing does. This Spritzy, I guess we'll see. Must not have been too impactful, but yeah, Grimer's really good. Great defensive typing for Little Cup. Not that I know a ton about Little Cup, but just from what I've seen, it's good. Um, it's got like great utility moves like knock, gunk shot, etc. Hits pretty hard with those moves, and yeah, you got Minchino in the back. How much was this thing? This thing must have been pretty expensive. Let's see, 12. Okay, so it probably does some cool stuff. What does it get? Technician and skill link. Yeah, it's probably pretty busted with a sash. So yeah, we'll go ahead and dive in. I will. How does this look? Can we see that a little bit better? Um, yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, get started. If I'm Dom here, uh, I guess with removal not being super good on Brody's team or Buddy's team, besides pickup or whatever that tidy up, I might go rocks first. But there's also, the screen's angle. It's pretty safe with parting shot. This thing does the same thing across all of its evolution lines. Um, you don't want to be clicking that banded liquidation right off the bat because you could just get Rhyhorn pretty easy. So if I'm Buddy, I'm thinking, probably Bronzor, something to pivot scout, or Rhyhorn just to set rocks. So we'll go ahead and see it. Of course, we see the lead rocks for Bronzor, Light Screen. Oh, a Steel Beam. How interesting. Cuts its own health, and, Berry Juice. Man, that's one thing I really like about Little Cup is with the rule set we have, there's a lot of item diversity. Not everybody's running Eviolite, and you get some cool some cool moments like that. So that narrowly avoided an Oko, which was really neat on Dom's part. And now it's parting shotting. All right. I'm going to go out to Chimchar and sets rocks. So really good start for Buddy. Does have a bit of a disadvantage with this light screen up. So we'll see how that plays out. And there's no way of knowing if this is heat proof or what's the levitate. So I think Dom just makes a safe play, pivots back out to Drifloon. Oh, okay. So this is a really interesting lead set. Nice hyper offensive concepts here with rocks, hazards, really neat. But yeah, big will o wisp on the Rhyhorn. I think you'll see that targeted a lot. Even running even running Terra Fire might start to be an option because it's just gonna get prep for so hard. It's probably the best all around 5 pointer. So tough stuff on that part. Let's see. He's burned. Oh, and a defog. Yeah, there's the defog user. But we do take down the Drifloon. Not too bad. What was the item on that? Might have been Eviolite. That's a good call. And gets the reflect up. Oh, yeah, it doesn't outpace. So we're just hoping for some screens to wear off and eventually wear it down. So good kills on the Rhyhorn, but now we're in a dangerous position with Abra just looking down the barrel. All right, that's one mon down. That's a nice little scarf bluff too, because you're saying, okay, I don't want to get locked into this move. I'm going to go with what's decent neutrally into the rest of the team. Won't get some immunity from Carvana. So little scarf bluff, and yeah, Terra Ghost probably would have one shot through screens without burn, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. And we get our rocks back up. So he does reveal levitate and the eject pack. So this has been some really creative building on his part for Dom. Eject pack. Um, I'm not sure if this is that light clay or not, but just all around pretty neat team. Um, but it's 4-4, a lot of game to be played. This is absolutely terrifying. So here comes the Terra Water Liquidation, and yeah, it's just so frail, but it does have that buff there with Liquidation, looking solid. There's probably a calc in there where you're like, hey, I probably have Scarf. It might be banded, yeah. So he's just scouting that out. We get the crunch. Ooh, gooey. How interesting. Protect. And yeah, here's I think he had Hydro Pump. He says he did. I didn't check the pace, and I'm not going to. Um, but with Eviolite, that is just a tough roll. And with Life Orb, yeah, dead Carvana. Okay, let's read the text. Let's read the text. Okay. I should have just Hydro Pumped. You had Hydro Pump, dear God. Yeah, it would have been a roll. Yeah, so nose pass looking solid here. I guess maybe just a bit more hazards would have done it. But both players did a really good job keeping screens up and pivoting around to the right mons. So we see the 12 pointer come in, do some damage with Bullet Seed. And I think it's scared. Oh no, just absolutely blazed on. Is this one shot? Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Crazy damage. Wow. Okay. So I was watching this in my kitchen and I was just absolutely out of my seat for this sidekick not killing. That is a bulky Grimer. And gunk shot hits, sash. Excellent bring, excellent bluff. No shadow sneak. Good game. Absolute madness for the first game of the week. And hands down, the best game that I watched, I saw. There's a little bit of bias in there, but you had the crowd going wild. There was a lot of people vested into the game. So GG's, and we'll breeze through a few more of them. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, so we got Wastekai versus 616. I'm not going to give like a full breakdown of what I think is good or not. As far as which team I like better, whatever team's faster, yeah. That's normally what I like. You got Sticky Web, you got Speed Control, you got Shell Smash. There's probably a little bit of prep. You got a really fast Voltorb, Hisui, Roar Veil. So a lot of good hyper offense tools here for 616 versus Growlithe. Timber's really good. Let's see. He's 13 points. Timber, what the fuck? I'm so dumb. Where's that game at? There we go. All right. Yep. So Timber there is there. Dreepy, which is just an absolute left field pick. Did not think this thing would be good, but we'll see. We got Esper, Chin Chow, super big pick by the way. Everybody loved Chin Chow and Pooper. So based on matchup alone, I think 616 has it in the bag. But Waste Card definitely has the vibes with their team. So we'll just give it a casual watch through. So Waddle is the people's champion. Oh, and it's got Terra Water. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, Terra. So it's probably Sawaddle. And who would have Terra here? Esper, maybe? Yeah, Esper's Fairy. Okay. Buttadog, excellent nickname. That's some elite shit. So Vibe's already on the side of Waste Guy. Clear Body, no stats dropped. Screw off. And Dreepy is going to move on and start paralyzing things. How nice. Uh, okay. Berry Juice on the Dreepy, no Dragon Tail. Okay. Out into Gathita. Probably the last thing you wanted to see, but it, I watched the game, so I know the infestation's there. Would have been some cool damage with Shadow Ball or whatever the like, but Curse, why not? This is easily the coolest mon I've seen this week. Did a lot of work, very neat. But yeah, Fast guy's gonna be good. He got the curse. It's got a lot of stuff working against old Voltorb here. Um, no removal from what I can see. So that might be GG based on the webs alone. Um, a berry juice pops, so keeping it healthy. Little Cup is just so crazy. Like you gotta be just one-shotting things, otherwise they're gonna get back up to health with berry juice or in berry even. So yeah, Pooper claims right here. Love that. But we have Shadow Tag, I believe. That's a little suspect. We might want to ban that. Uh, Shadow Tag, Arena Trap, but it's kind of what makes the game fun. And it's been pretty casual so far. But a dog coming back in. I love the nickname. It's just fantastic. All right, a little close combat. Leaf Storm. That thing is claiming lives. Absolute madness. Okay, knock off into a Mock Punch. Pretty good. All right, let's see what happens here. Auravale. Aurora Veil. Okay. And Timber's kind of showing off a little bit. It's good mon. Taking a Moonblast to the dome. I'm a little confused by that play, but that's okay. Yeah, just mopping up with freeze dry and the webs. It's unfortunate. I was I was like, why didn't he just mock punch here? Because then he conserves the chin chow, but it's whatever. Shelter is just gonna probably clean house here. Skill link. This is by far my favorite mon to use in like little cup ladder. Um, it's just so good, and nobody packs mirror herb. With draft, it's a little bit different. But yep, that's a GG. Heal the pooper, and yeah, fun stuff. Good game. That's gonna get heat of the week. This Dreepy actually. That's gonna go in my notes section. All right, I'll be right back. Alrighty. Next we got Gordon versus Mr. Dripski. This is gonna be a thrilling matchup. Um, really liking Gordon's team this season. He's got a lot of nice tools, but also some defensive pieces. You got Marini, who hits surprisingly hard. Ferroseed, little undervalued on the board too. So, yeah, we're going to look at this. Two Diglets matching up. Does it get any better than this? Two Diglets. We got a great LC favorite here in Gibble as well. That thing's super fun with Scale Shot, Eviolite, Swords Dance. It does a lot of work on the lead sets too. So, good team by Mr. Dripski. I wish he would probably pick up like a Shell Smasher or something. I'm like obsessed with Shell Smashing, so I get it. What's on the board? What's on the board? I think it was the aforementioned Ammonite. There was one more. This is a cheap one. Turtwig. Yeah, 7 point Turtwig. I think if he doesn't pick it up, somebody should. I'd pick that up over this stupid cotton ball. But yeah, Shell Smash. I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, I'm kind of anticipating Tyrant to go off. I haven't seen this in a bit, but it seems like a really good mon in Little Cup, and it was also his first overall pick, so I'm sure he has experience using it. All right, Litton, great lead. What does it click? Parting shot. This classic draft shit where you got a super effective move and you just pivot out anyways because you know they're not going to stay in. All right, what the fuck is he doing with this hone claw set? That is crazy work. I wonder what's going on there. So he berry juices. Oh, I'm sure it's Stone Edge. Okay, that's smart. Okay. But unfortunately, you got Diglett on Diglett Violence. This thing's actually 20 speed, so really good pickup on his part. Barely outspeeding the Alolan Diglett. And yeah, the two Salad Mons are facing off. You got the Crouton versus Cotton Ball. And ooh, conditioned to hmm, conditioned to parting shot. All right. So yeah, I think with where we're at in the game state right now, Diglett being gone it does wonders for Gordon because he doesn't have anything to really hit Marini that hard. And he still got the Gibble, but it's hard to position against this Ferroseed, especially when it's throwing out Thunder Waves and uh, Stealth Rock, etc. So he keeps being persistent with the Stealth Rock, and it's going to pay off big because Flare Blitz on the third time, third 50-50, ends up not working out. So we got, ooh, really strong knockoff there for Marini, and 50% to a coughing is outrageous. Outspeeds it. This has got some crazy stats. 15 speed, barely naturally faster than the coughing, and we are at a severe disadvantage with Mr. Dripsky. Um, yeah, just a tough spot to be in, and I think Diglett's gonna claim. Oh no, a little defog action here. Yeah, big old boom burst. So Gordon's got a lot of great weapons at the moment. A little scrappy action. How about that? Boom burst. Yeah, Litton's got a kind of saucy. Dang. Okay. Yeah, Litton's kind of claiming some lives here. Bye bye. Okay, and then this is probably GG. Um, yeah, there's not much you can do there with Tyrunts at +1. But yeah, looking like a wrap. Oh, a surprise. Look at that. Just fighting it out to the end. I love it. That is a really cool mon. Um, did not expect it to put in that much work, and yeah, Gordon gets the dub, but good showing from old Litton right there. I think Scraggy has a lot of potential. It's like the most expensive mon on the board, I think. Yeah, there's definitely something going on there. So we'll see what happens with the team. Um, I think Scraggy's going to put in some work one of these weeks and show us why it's 14 points. All right, here's my game. Uh, let's see. In the builder, I saw that there was no dark type, and I have two psychic types that are very strong. So naturally, I did my side spam thing. I was kind of scared of the Barboach. I forgot a Katera midway through the game. I was just kind of in autopilot mode. But main things to look out for here, it was the Glimmet. I was really scared of getting Toxic Spiked because a lot of my mons rely on not getting Toxic Spiked. So yeah, had a lot to pivot around here. But yeah, main threats would be Glimmet and Barboach. A little bit of Squirtle too. I think it can Shell Smash, which Goo Goo Gaga. Hone Edge is fine. Let's see. Okay, so it's got basically negligible special defense without Eviolite, and I didn't really think too much of it going in. I knew I had some weapons against it and some good super effective moves. So without further ado, I like an offensive lead in these metas. Um, yeah, I just basically get a free click here with no levitating mons. I get to click high horsepower. I pivot out because I'm like, okay, Shadow Sneak's definitely happening, but he makes an excellent pivot into Snubble, which surprisingly renders me crippled with the Bidoof, who has simple. Um, yeah, that's a -2 on the Intimidate. That's crazy. Please don't do that to me with Parting Shot or anything like that. That's rude. And Tentacool does a flip turn. I didn't really think anything of this Snubble. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do my thing. And here's my crunch. Yeah, retrospect, I should have just swords danced in his face. Uh, there's no real other play there, but yeah, crunch just trying to claim the free kill. He really needs it to come in and kill one of my psychic types, or at least damage it. So I start playing with Natu, and I just basically spam psychic moves. There's nothing he can do switching in with Honedge now. He basically just has to start sacking stuff or pivot around it. Um, the misplay here with the Magic Bounce Thunder Wave. I say misplay. He didn't predict I switched out. He just yeah didn't didn't know I had it. But yeah, here's a quick attack. Bidoof was going to put in a little bit of work there. I'm not sure if he lived any Hone Edge hits, but he was about to do some major damage if he could get away with it. I also ran the risk of procking a toxic spike, so I'm actually really glad that he got paralyzed. And yeah, not to actually tanks a shadow sneak. That's crazy. Um, Dummy move here. I I really misplayed this, but Crabrawler is a tanky little bastard, and I just clean up with close combat. It's a safe click into everything remaining, and I have the driver's seat. I was like, yeah, if he scarf, that's fine. He might just try to kill, and I just couldn't risk procking the toxic spikes based on this end game, um, with a few things going my way or not going my way. So I was just like, yeah, I'll play it safe, going to Natu, managed to take a kill or two, and I clicked psychic again. Why not? This was unfortunate. It wasn't it wasn't shell smash, I guess, based on that eject pack, and I'm free to continue my assault on this team. Panita is just diabolical with that high horsepower. Um, One shotting the Smoochum and again killing the Squirtle. I had a lot of tools in the back for anything he had based on what I saw. Uh, the rapid spin would have sucked, but I think I cleaned up regardless. So yeah, really enjoying my team so far. It is a little bit matchup dependent, but yeah, I lost to like the best little cup player I know. Yeah, which is right here, Primer. So we'll do a little in depth. This is like the other candidate for match of the week. Um, Primer's got a really excellent team here. So one thing I've really come to appreciate is that some of these mons can take hits like Stuffle and Pumpkaboo, both really good defensive pieces. But also you got like fast mons like Elekid. Stunky is surprisingly fast with the 18 here. Azurill is an excellent wall breaker somehow, and then Wingle's also a fast guy. So really good matchup. Two of the best teams on paper in the league, with Joe's team, who's got Munchlax, which is absurd how cheap it is, but it is Little Cup. The pace is a little faster, and knockoff is extremely prevalent. So it's not as dominant as you might think on first glance, but Ponita is her in this case. Star U is also really fast, solid uh, water type with really good move pool selection and rapid spin. Watch roll, same deal, fast. Well, actually, not even that fast. Just a good ability, good defensive typing. Pawn yard, good priority, and far fetched also really strong with that scrappy. All right, so we'll take a look at the leads. Um, what did Primer do last time? Primer led against me with Elekid, more offensive lead, and I think Joe is going to do the same thing he did last time, which is yep, pawn yards. So we see a knockoff lead, Sash, and that is just a clean pawn yard death sentence. Yeah, basically nothing that Joe could do there for the switch ins to knock. That was a really good bring on behalf of Primer, and with this thing being faster, he can't cleanly OHKO with Rapidash or whatever the fuck that thing's name is. But yeah, big scrappy guy right here. Um, Okay, just claiming with quick attack. This thing must have really good attack if he's comfortable staying in. But unfortunately, it's a very fast uh 4/5 with a lot of mons healthy. But we'll see. We have a great play on behalf of Joe here with the ice beam, but unfortunately, Primer sniffs out that play with a little frisk, so he knows what's coming, and it's up to Watchful now to click Hurricane. I assume. Yep, Hurricane clicked. And Elekid comes out. Knockoff. Oh, okay. Really solid slow pivot there into Munchlax, who kind of eats most things. Um, but you can go out to basically any of those three mons. Um, okay. Earthquake does quite a lot. Knock off, take off that Eviolite. Okay. And Stuffle, this thing's like low key the MVP of the whole season. Joe mentioned something in the chat about this interaction. Um, yeah, Stuffle just takes flare blitzes. I think it's super effective. No big deal. Um, just punching through stuff. And we have an opportunity for uh, Star U to not even to it KO this pumpkin. So this pumpkin is invincible, it seems. Um, and yeah, really close game on behalf of Primer, but he controlled it the whole way. And this is a great showcase on behalf of both players, having really solid teams. So yeah, once again, like to reiterate my excitement for the league and for everybody's participation in Duck. It's been a really fun first half of the season, and I hope I can continue making a little bit more content going forward. Yeah, this has been your host Stunt, and I will see you some other time. Cheers.